I didn't have plans to do a live show tonight, but we are going to talk a little bit about something about live streams versus videos. Um, because there is advantages to each, and I think a lot of people sometimes don't know why I am preferring to go back to doing videos instead of live streams. So let me explain to you the short and simple answer. The one thing with doing videos is that we can plan things ahead. And that means that we can avoid any kind of errors, problems. And then another thing is, if we do have errors or problems, we have the ability to edit the streams to fix them so that we don't have problems, right? At least that's the idea. Which is a pretty big reason to do them. However, um, what also happens is that when you're doing live streams, as long as I have, you might have realized I'm going to open this up to everybody today because that's what it says already. Anyway, okay, so we're all set. Um, so what happens is that when you do a video, you actually have a chance to plan ahead. So if you got an idea that's not right or whatever, you can still edit it up and fix it so that it seems seamless, even if in reality the video is a train wreck. Or the cat keeps interrupting you when you least expect it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. So that's the reality. That's what the videos are good for. Because you can actually look at the screen. So let me switch this over to the other screen on here. Oh, okay. Uh, the only problem is my chat's over here. I'm over here, and I have to figure out how to get the chat from over here over there so I can read it. So I'm gonna pop this chat out here, okay, and I'm gonna send it over here to the other screen, which is already set for the morning show. I prepared a show for the morning the night before. I get it all ready to go. And right now we're streaming Restream. So we're using a different software program so we don't have to mess up the YouTube side of it, allowing us to talk to you, having two different stream links at the same time. So first of all, I want to say Bianca said, "That's so great. You're back at Cumberland Farms." Yes, it is. I just got to make sure not to overstay my welcome, so to speak. I did a video earlier there, and what happened was is my little video vlog ended up turning out to be over an hour and a half, and they were like, you've been sitting here for an hour and a half. Oops. They said, well, we would like to try to keep these tables free so we can keep everybody down to 10 minutes or so. I said, well, I didn't see any sign posted. Oh, we took it down. Wait, you took the sign down? That would have told me that you want to keep the session to 10 minutes or less. Okay. So I didn't know. Yeah, we know. So we should be all set. Um, Mostly, hey, Lovey said, Mocho, good morning, afternoon, evening to you. How you doing today? Yeah, so like I said, I didn't really plan to do a video. I fell asleep. I was listening to a couple of videos and I went, it's like some people fall asleep to the TV, right? I fell asleep to the phone, reading, watching videos. Um, and I woke up and it was about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I was like, what am I gonna do? Am I hungry? No. Am I tired? Not really, but it's getting kind of late. And of course, Fairy asked me, she said, "Are you going to do any live show tonight?" And I said, I guess I could do a live show, but I didn't really plan on doing one. But then I did a video earlier, and the videos. Let's talk about that because which is really better for which format? Now, for the videos, I'm going to include shorts too because shorts are technically videos, okay? Unless you're doing live shorts. I mean, that sounds like a major conflagration, if you ask me. Do you enjoy Arc Flash? So in this case, lives are called lives, which means the short or portrait lives and lives I'll call lives because they're both lives. They're just aiming for different video formats. Um, what's good about a video versus a live? As I said earlier, if you have a problem, you got something goes wrong, the cat knocks your hard drive onto the floor and it causes your heads to crash, and it's a video, yeah, you can basically kiss your content goodbye, but then again, at least nobody will have known that your hard drive literally got crashed. Which didn't happen yet, but still. Or if you need to get parts that you were going to do for a demo, and then you realize, oh, I didn't get the piece I needed from the factory that I was waiting for to complete the project. That means when you order the piece and it comes in, then you have everything there. Then you can start beginning the process of assembly. And if if in the testing and debugging and make sure it works, that's actually a very good way of saving time. And that's a pretty good thing. I know right now I only got 2 people watching right now because this is not a portrait stream. Like I said, I didn't originally plan to do a live stream anyway, so this is kind of surprising. I didn't even share the link out. And the reason I didn't share the link out is I didn't know it was going to go live. Okay. But even so, I'm here. Now, another reason I didn't announce the live streams out, and this because also I want to see how many people are actually getting the notifications. Because if people are not getting the notifications and they're waiting for me to announce the stream, then to me, that tells me that they are either one of 2 people types. If there's first type, I have understanding. You forgot to click the bell. No problem. If you're the second group, which refuse to click the bell, even though it's right there in front of your face, then that means that you're waiting for me to go live and you're browsing your subscriptions. Or you might be. But you also could be the group that did not even bother to subscribe. But you knew that I would be live at 10 a.m. Monday through Saturday in the morning. See, you figure, why subscribe? I don't have to. I just want to see if Michelle goes live at 10 in the morning. And you know, like clockwork, almost 90%, if 95% of the time I will be. So when you see a video like this show up in the middle of, in this case, 10:05 p.m., and you're saying, wait, where's my notification? Oh, stupid me, I forgot to click the bell. So, so let's just see how many people here actually did click the bell. And given my impromptu score, I would say um, up to about 4 to 3 people. That's all I have clicked the bell for receiving notifications. Oh, you guys make my life so hard. All right. So, what I mean, I'm here, you're here. At least for a year they're watching here. The rest of you guys, I guess you can tell the other buddies, hey, Michelle's live, guys. Come on over. She's wondering what the hell everybody wants. You forgot to click your stupid bell. She didn't even know she went live. Yeah, I'm back at Gummies, but I better be careful because, like I said, they said to me, "Well, we didn't explain if you just sit out there for an hour and a half." I didn't play this out there for an hour and a half either. I just happened to be doing a video and I got carried away. All right. So, what's the video about? Well, what was I talking to Lumi and Carmen about? We had a project idea, and the idea was, and it is pretty good when you think about it. Okay, is as follows. What, instead of having several 12-volt power supplies for the computer accessories running off of separate main sockets, why not get a very large matching power supply, say up to about 30 amperes, and power everything off of that? So that you could have all the lights and the mounts and the turntables and everything that are all plugged in by separate 12-volt wall warts can all be plugged in to one big power source. Sounds great. Until a question comes up of technical standards, which you need to consider how much current each device uses. Now, some of these devices are all using barrel plugs. They're all using the same plugs. You're talking about a plug, according to several engineers, is rated for up to no more than 5 amperes of load. So which means that if you got a 5 ampere load, that means out of a 30 amp power supply, you can provide no more than a maximum of, ready for this, 6 devices fully loaded down. Well, how much power does my hub use? According to the instructions, the new hub is coming. It provides a power supply of 6 amps at 12 volts DC for USB 3.2 Gen 2. Okay. And how much power is the new external hard drive going to be using? I don't know. It doesn't say. Of course, even if it did, it would be depending on how many hard drives you have, how much inrush current needs to start the spindle to turn, and of course, the quiescent load. Okay. And how much current does your video cameras use? They're the latest. They're like 1.5 amp for the 2 cameras, which isn't so bad. Which was something else that Carmen and me talked to you about, which is, why don't you upgrade this camera here with a USB camera you already have? You have a spare one. Yeah. That's an idea. But here comes the buts. The problem with that loom is that those cameras are a widescreen, and our green screen's too narrow, and it would just result in some severe dysfunctional picture. Sometimes you just want to sit on deck and bask in the glory that's Cumberland Farms. Sometimes. And also, people really do like the videos when I do them there. But today's uh, technical video would have bored so many people that wouldn't have been interested. Just like right now, we only got 13 views. 4 minutes and 33 seconds average viewer time. Guys, do me a favor. This is particularly applies to both YouTube, Kick, Twitch, and Rumble. Please subscribe. Turn on the notifications because I might drop a few more sneaky ones in like this, and when I feel up to it. So now we got some bad weather coming here in New England on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Noodles is talking about this. Do you want me to come up there? He said during the nor'easter. Normally, I would say I don't really need to worry about that, but if you want to come, you can. You know, I know it's past your bedtime, everything else. I get it. But it's Friday night, so which means most people will have at least tomorrow off, at least part of the day. And don't forget, we have the morning show at 10 a.m. too. Right. But the thing is, what this is good for is it just proves what Michelle was saying. You only getting a few views on this stream, despite the fact that it is a live stream. I've been getting more views in the videos than the live streams when they come up at unusual times. Oh yeah, I'm sure I will. And tomorrow, this weekend will be when Michelle's new UPSs are going to be clearly online and doing their job. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up. The UPSs, uninterruptible power supply. There's two of them. One is the one that's under this desk, which keeps this computer running, and the other one, and we'll keep it running for about an hour and a half. The other one, which is a smaller one, only runs the network. That will keep the computer running for about an hour and a half. It's much smaller, but then the load is much smaller. So both will provide the ability for the internet to stay running for me so I can stream. And if in the morning show or during Lumi show, if the storm knocks out power, depending on how long it stays out, we will still be broadcasting. Absolutely. So we'll see how that works. Does anyone know if there's going to be a lot of lightning and thunders, or is it just going to be a lot of wind and rain? Well, wind and rain can still short out power lines, then smash and break trees down, which can still land on top of the power lines. The real Fidel, how you doing? How you doing? So yes, you could see significant power issues. If, by the way, like Michelle said, if you have gotten this word on We're Live from a friend, please click the bell, turn on your notifications, okay? Because of the situation on the storming action on Sunday and Monday, Silver Moon Radio, AM 1610, may feature some unintended interruptions. Yes, and if you have your notifications turned on, if there's any special alerts or things like that, you will receive notifications of the alerts. This is where it's don't worry about don't be afraid to turn on the notifications. We don't have a million streams, or live streams or videos. If you turn them on, you will know when the video comes up, or the live stream comes up, or where it comes up, or how, or what time it came up, and that will help all of us make sure that we can reach out to you. So you won't have to worry going, "Gee, wasn't she live today?" "Yeah, she was live about 2 hours ago." "How come I didn't get any?" "Did you turn on the notifications?" Oops. Yeah. That doesn't cost anything to turn on notifications or subscriptions on YouTube, which is the follow on Kick, the follow on um, Twitch. Okay, if you want to donate, i.e., subscribe on Twitch or Kick, which is our memberships on YouTube, you're more than cordially invited to become members as well. But for now, we're just talking about subscribing, turn on the bell for notifications. But if you want to subscribe, we'd love to have your subscription. I really would.
Oh, yeah!
Because it helps us to keep the show running, helps us to try out new experimental products, helps us to learn to make better content and evergreen content. That's the one thing that with the videos, as Hammer and Nails has found out, videos that I made from a couple years ago are usually still pertinent even to this day, even if some of them may not be. However, that's because originally I didn't have the ability to do live streams because I didn't have the ability to stream at all. That came later on. But now that we do, the videos that we do are more than likely going to be content is called evergreen. That is, it's content that can be looked back at in the future and go, "Oh, she brought some very interesting thing up about shaving and the disadvantage of the safety razor and the fact that blades are less than 15 cents a piece and that you can basically buy a whole shitload of blades, 100 blades for like less than $12, which is true. And in this day and age, that's a big savings for a lot of people. Of course, they're not the feather blades, which everybody loves to talk about. They're super sharp, but trust me, I don't think Michele is making sashimi. My skin anyway. I'm doing fine, Marco. How are you? You always ask me that every day. How are you today? How are you today? How are you today? Most of the time, I'm doing fine. I apologize that I did answer your questions anyway. I just that I've been a little bit tired lately. I've been my body is like ugh. Some days I just don't want to do crap, and other days I want to do a lot. So sometimes you need a little sleep. Sometimes you need a lot. Sometimes I just don't want to get up. Very true. But let's keep the likes in the like jar, guys. Keep pumping those likes in there. Come on. It don't cost anything. Nope, it's free. Keep stuffing them in there, guys. Also, make sure to share the show out to everybody. Let everybody know and tell them not to forget to subscribe.
Oh, yeah!
Turn on the heart.
Oh, yeah!
Turn on the bell.
Oh, yeah!
And be ready to, well, when they have time, watch the show. If it's a rerun, it's fine too. It's the weather. Yeah, it's kind of chilly outside. Yes, I forgot. It was also on my YouTube channel as well. You are. That's probably where some of my viewers are. They're probably on the YouTube side. You know what? You're probably right. You're probably right. I didn't even check the YouTube side. All right, there's 11 watching right now. Total viewership on all 4 networks. And there's 7 on my channel. Exactly. So you got 7 on your channel. I have 4 or so on my channel. Yeah. I think it's nice that you. I appreciate that. Don't worry about it, Margo. I do appreciate you asking the question. I just sometimes I get kind of so wrapped up with everything else that's going on. One of the things about being a content producer, I don't really get a lot of chance to think for myself. So let's talk about tomorrow's project. Oh God. All right. So tomorrow, Michelle's got some stuff coming in. Um, we have a replacement trackball. Yes, this trackball is original Microsoft PS2 Explorer trackball. And while it still works, this thing is getting kind of old. It's seen better days. And so I bought the same kind of trackball that is in the other room, on the other computer. Okay? So that one is going to be, brand new one of those is going to be replacing that. And while we're at it, even though it's not a requirement, we are also going to replace this keyboard with the pink keyboard that Brian PC sent us. Yeah, it's not. It's a gaming keyboard set with a trackball or with a mouse and headphones. The headphones. We are at these, but we are also going to show people how to use consumer grade headphones with our mixing board. For those of you who don't know what a mixing board looks like, that's our mixing board. And here's a hint. I just got this on this so the cat doesn't mess with my knobs. This has 48-volt phantom power. If you think using those little plugs, 3.5 millimeters to 6.35 millimeter plugs, is going to keep those things running, I can tell you right now, if you study Electro Boom video where he basically blew up his microphone, that he was in his early years when he was trying to hot rod his microphone, that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to let the magic smoke out. So there's an inexpensive adapter for like 11 US dollars for Amazon. And what it does is it adjusts, number one, the impedance for unbalanced phantom power of 1.5 volts for balanced phantom power of 48 volts. That's the first thing. The second one is just a standard little adapter that you plug the regular headphones into. It also will let you use Apple AirPods, the wired ones, so you can use your Apple AirPods instead. So if for some reason you don't want to look like, wearing headphones like these, which I don't mind, or you want to use earbuds, you can use those too. Right. So these are things that some people may have already had in their collection, and they probably said to themselves, I got my favorite gaming headset. I so much want to use it, the boom microphone it has. But I bought this brand new mixer, and I plugged in my microphone into it, and all of a sudden I got smoke coming out of it, and it's damaged. What did I do wrong? Well, we're going to show you what you did wrong, and we're going to show you how not to do it next time. Absolutely. And it's important. No bet. Just make sure not to press the wrong button. I'm always pressing the wrong button. Yeah, you are.
Oh yeah!
Oh, well. How you doing, David S? So, the point is that we are going to be experimenting with different technologies because we know people want it. And as some people on YouTube have said, the ones that don't even do live streams, if you want to get your channel to unzip, expand, and explode, the first thing is find a way to answer a problem. Because those are the kind of videos people want. Videos that show you how to solve a problem those are evergreen videos because I show you. You can go ahead, come back in 10 years, and the video is still there, and you can use that as a guideline to help you solve the problem. Because one of the biggest problems right now, when you look at all the stuff that goes on, do you ever realize that our live streams are like only have a very short shelf life? Kind of like baked goods, like donuts. They're only good for about 2 days, and then they're stale, and then no one ever comes back to them, or very rarely ever do. Exactly, and that's the reason too why we need to consider doing evergreen content, because it's going to be something in your catalog. It's going to be able to go back to it, and that makes it pertinent for a long time. Yeah, absolutely. Let me ask you a question though about what is what is good is live streams good for? Currently, the live streams are good for information that is for right now. For example, we know that on Saturday or Sunday and Monday of this week, we have a major nor'easter coming. Right. So if you would cover the nor'easter, you would be talking about the nor'easter on the day of the nor'easter or before the nor'easter. Yeah. And then you would then go back to that and maybe like a Monday afternoon, a Monday evening after the storm blows out, you might do a video saying, well, this is what happened to us. But like you said, since that is kind of historical, but it's also a live chat, it's probably not going to have the same value, most likely. Because what's good about the content is that for people who'd like to be there with you as you make do with the storm in the events. But once the storm is over, unless you're doing a biography of the person or you're interested in old documentation of old news stories, it's probably not going to apply anymore. Well, I'll tell you what. If you want to get a regular 15-button stream deck, you got the ability to do multiple layers. You can have more than one if you want to. You can get a 32-button one. You can get a 16-button one or a 15-button. That's what I have. Or if you just want something quick and simple, you can get a 6-button. Okay? Now, if I don't know if this is still true today, but if you are using the Apple iPhone, you, as this is something that Nutty told me, you can use the Stream Deck app on your iPhone for free. I forgot what the requirements were. I got it on my phone too. I have a Stream Deck that has, it could be set for the impossible 64 buttons on my phone. My real Stream Deck doesn't even have 64 buttons. Alright? So I never used the 64 buttons. Besides, those buttons are so friggin' small, you can't even see them. Maybe on a tablet, that might work. Yeah. Well, that's not necessarily true. For example, okay, on the technology level, if you wanted to have two buttons, two Stream Decks, one can be just video, say a 15 button, and the other one could be a 15 button just with sounds. That way, now you have two Stream Decks. So you can set one up for all sound effects and one just to do all the video transitions and effects. And that's pretty good. But the way we do it right now is we have multiple screens. So you can see a very first screen here. These are all the video effects like I see on my desk here. Let me just show up with the other camera here. I push that button. Okay, so you have all these buttons here. Okay, I got this button, these buttons, that button, this button, this button, this button, that button here. And what they do is they hold different button settings. I got a couple blank screens I haven't set up yet, but um, so I can put my buttons in different ways till I know where they are. For example, normally when I'm on live, I'm using these buttons up here on the top to switch cameras. Okay, like this is the one that's this camera over here, or this one for this camera over here, or this one for this camera right here, or this one over here takes us the camera window outside there. Which I know, showing the reflection of me in the mirror. Or look at the couch over there. That's how we do that. That's just the physical effects. Okay? And so that solves one problem. Well, you don't have to worry about um, getting stuck pushing a ton of buttons. You already have all this stuff in one place. And the sound effects, you could do the same thing on the second Stream Deck or on a different window on this one. You could have your sound effects. And yes, you can have multiple layers of sound effects playing at the same time too. So you can do a lot, even with just one. If you had two, like I said, you could even have three. Maybe a third Stream Deck might be used to control other applications or overlays that you didn't set up on the Stream Deck 1 or didn't want to put in Stream Deck 2. They are very popular. Parasol, these things are very popular. This 15 button Mark II, which is what I have here, is more than satisfactory for most people to start with. Brian PC sent me this one, and I'm still using it after all this years because it does make my streaming a lot easier. For example, when I go starting my stream, right, in the morning, I have a button that's programmed automatically. I press one button, all the streaming starts up automatically. I prepare it the night before so that all I do is it starts up OBS, goes in OBS, starts to stream live, sets a countdown timer. Then, after about 5 minutes, it shows the intro screen. Then it switches to camera number 1, which I'm on right now, and therefore, and that works pretty good. And the only thing is, there's a glitch where you want to switch it to back to outside of the camera screen. You have to go back up and hit button number 1 again for camera 1, and then you can say it's unlocked and you can change the screen. Because if you change the screen, what's going to happen is it's going to go back and start the music and the stuff all over again. Oh, yeah. I don't know anybody who doesn't have sound effects or videos. I know I do. You know. But my thing is more videos than sound effects. Sure is. So these allow you to do more stuff. Think about even if you're editing videos. If you're using your video editor, now, for example, DaVinci Resolve or whatever, or some After Effects or something, you want to set up buttons on the Stream Deck for that. There are plugins for that. You can actually add keystrokes. So you can map like the cut, the scissors, snaps, or enable turn on and off snap options, mute sound, unmute sound, adjust volume on the clips, all from the Stream Deck. So the Stream Deck can also be a edit deck or a video editing deck to go along with your program that you use. Like for Final Cut Pro, I could set up those same functions. I don't do that. I got enough buttons on my box to deal with, but you can. You can also set multiple profiles too. So you can have more than one set of profiles. So you could have one profile just for editing, one video profile just for streaming, and you can switch back and forth on the fly. Absolutely. Hi, Stacy. How you doing? Can I sing to you? I don't know how you would sing to me. Don't. Oh, by the way, tomorrow night is the Rusty contest on Discord. So please make sure to have your artwork in the artwork competition folder. Okay? Me, Tiger Kitty, and others will go in there and look at the artwork. Please do not put smut in there, but we will look at it before we put it on the screen to make sure there's no smut. Okay? How you doing? It's the problem. Okay, it's a strange name. I had over 20 layers in just the intro to the Halloween special we did a few years ago. Right. Well, like I said, so using this as an editing tool makes it a little easier. Then it's just a matter of muscle memory to know where the buttons are. So make sure you don't get lost. And that's another thing. These buttons here are spaced in such a way that unless I don't know which screen I'm on, I can always feel for them. You could change the colors of them. So maybe you might want your screen to have one set of color on the pictures and another set of color, so you know which windows are which. Absolutely, you can get more claps, I guess. Oh, yes. I did mention this earlier. I'm going to remind you guys again. I Love Song AI now allows you to have separate vocal versus instrumental tracks. So even after you come up with the ultimate song, for example, like the intro to the show, let's say you just want instrumental. You can actually ask it to split the instruments from the vocals. Maybe you want the instrumental for some background scenery. Maybe you want the vocals for some other reason. Maybe you're going to be using with your own instruments. You can do that. So, or like for example, we talked about me and Chris Bliss when he was trying to play Silver Moon. If he wanted to play Silver Moon with the band, he could do that. And then we could sing along with it. And we don't have to use the AI singers. But maybe we like the AI singers, but he wants to play it on his guitar. But only him. Or maybe we might decide that we want to have the singers get precedence, his guitar takes precedence, and the other musicians are a little bit softer in the background. Well, that's it. You can figure that out too, right? Well, why don't you come by back on the Discord? You know, you need to stay. Stacy, I would be talking to you on your channel, but you don't even have a general chat area anymore on your Discord. I mean, you got a chat, but unfortunately, because you have no voice, I mean, you have no text messaging. How am I supposed to know how to ask you a question when I don't know when you're live on your Discord? That's another thing. Oh God. There are people on my Discord that are arguing with other people in Michelle's Discord right now, and it's creating some angst. And if you guys know what we're talking about, that's great. Then I don't have to give names. But I really wish you guys could just find a pleasant way to solve the problem without upsetting everybody. Yeah. No, I have not been. No, she hasn't. So, Stacy, if you ever gonna come by the Discord again, or since I'm still in, I think I'm still in your group. You left it. You left her Discord because she had no way to talk to you. Yeah, no way, no panel. I just sent her friend request. You did, yes. Uh, so I learned a lot about soundscaping from one of my friends that made two successful paranormal, paranormal documentaries that are now on Amazon Prime. Put a lot of layers of soundscaping into. I did a chroma key setup with simulated birds, samples, and a chroma key background that made it look like we were outside. Um, and that came out pretty good. But the thing we ran into a problem was uh, you realize that the birds are in a loop anyway. Yeah, you would. Unless you spread them out a little bit to kind of change the flow a little bit. Yes, Noodles, I heard. Yeah. So, um, this is the last thing you guys wanted, but please do watch the video earlier. It was a little shorter than the one that we did at Cumberland Fires, which is over an hour and a half. I got rid of the hour and a half one because it was too damn long, and no one was gonna watch that, including me. All right, me either. So we actually did redo the video and made it shorter. So you might want to check it out. Are we still gonna build that power supply? I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. But I'll tell you what's coming tomorrow in the mail. We have the brand new mouse trackpad I mentioned. We have the USB 3.2 Gen 2 hub coming with 16 USB ports on it. USB 16 USB Type A 3.2 Gen 2 ports on it for 10 gigabits per second. It is powered by a 6 amp 12 volt DC power supply. We have the trackball, like I said. We have two adapters for using consumer grade headphones with our mixer. That's gonna be part of our demonstration. A couple of windscreens for the little microphones, the little lapel microphones. What else? I forgot a lot of stuff that you order is coming, but I don't remember everything. There's just so many things in that order, it's ridiculous. Yeah. I know you're not talking about me because I don't ever check my email. Well, I know you don't, which means that unless you're on Discord, I can't send you a link to a panel. So are you on Discord? That's a good question. Is she on Discord? I don't know. So Margot, are you on Discord? I know you used to be. Oh, there you go. Anyway, no, I can't really type that fast, but that's one of the features of that new tool.
Oh yeah!
The Stream Deck lets me type really, really fast. You could never type that fast. No. I don't think this keyboard would let you type that fast. Probably not. So, Margot, if you ever are in Discord, DM me on Discord. And I'll give you a link to the panel. But we'll be on Discord tomorrow night anyway at 7 o'clock. Also, tomorrow we're going to be cleaning up the computer stuff a bit. Yeah, we're trying to straighten it out. At least that's the idea anyway. So there's 12 people on my YouTube channel. How many on yours? 14. There could be 2 on mine, or 2 on 1 on Kick, 1 on Twitch, 0 on mine. So the point is, or you could have whatever. Yeah, whatever. But don't forget to put a like in the like jars, guys. This was a special show to kind of make up for the fact is we didn't do anything earlier. Yeah, I fell asleep. Yeah. All right. Well, Margo, when you reach out to me on Discord, if you can, even if it's in a general message, I can give you the link so on Lumi's panel you could talk to her tomorrow too. Yeah. That's gonna be interesting to see how that's gonna work on Sunday. Oh, that's right. Tomorrow's the regular morning show. Tomorrow's the regular morning show, and then after that we're gonna do a power down of the computer, do some upgrades, plug in some new stuff, and then power back up again. And probably turn every key on. Yeah, you can, if you can get the keyboard to be recognized as a secondary keyboard. I know on Linux that's easy to do. But on Windows, I don't know if by default the HID driver would support the secondary keyboard as a secondary sound device. You'll have to experiment with that. I never did it with Windows. I never did it with Linux either. I saw one person that did do it, but on the Linux. I believe he did a video on YouTube on that. You could do that though. Or you could take Michelle's button box design that she built or game controller and do the same thing. Yeah, using Joy the Key. Yeah. And then you can make sound effects that way too. And that might work for some people. All right, guys, it is almost time to wrap it up. But do me a favor, if you have not already done so, please turn on your notifications. Click the bell, please.
Oh, yeah!
And don't forget to subscribe, too. Even if you're one of the ones of people that are told by people not to subscribe, subscribe. Because then you can turn on notifications and you'll know when we go live.
Oh, yeah!
And you won't have to keep going. Did you go live today? Yeah, she went live. Then she's having notifications turned on? No. Yeah, you could do that too. To each their own, you know. You got 20. I mean, to my knowledge, you got better vision than me, so you don't have to worry about being penned into a tiny little cubbyhole. But you know, it's up to you how you do it. But just make sure you realize that just like a 747, your typical average Jane and John Doe has no idea what all those buttons do. So you're gonna have to. You need to teach anyone to use those controls. Like Ancient or whatever, that you're probably going to have to write a how-to book. That wouldn't be a bad idea. He sleeps in my bed almost every night. Yeah. By the way, he's right now. He's in here with me. Let's see where the cat is. Ah. Oh, there he is. Yeah, I know. My apartment's a mess. That's just the nature of all the stuff I got in here. Yeah, it's got a lot of stuff in here. Yep, I sure do. So my cat always sleeps on my bed at night. And she wakes me up in the morning. Yeah, so do I. But remember, like I said, if you're going to use those cheap consumer grade gaming headsets with your so called multi channel mixer that has 48 phantom power, you need to use this adapter I'm going to be debuting tomorrow and showing how to use it. Because otherwise, you will destroy the built in microphone on the headset. Yeah, he's waiting for me, but he's also comes in a little later on in the bedroom too. Um, let's see. Okay, I am a tablet, not a computer. Okay. True. True. Well, like I said, there are ways outside of using an Elgato Stream Deck if that's your thing. Some people, when they're starting out, will do that. Um, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as, uh, heck, you can even probably use one of those wireless, or not wireless, but maybe a serial bus based numeric keypad that were popular in laptops many years ago. After all, to my knowledge, they use ASCII, right? So you could just set it up to use software to read the serial port and determine the key that's pressed and then run the routine that you set up. Well, these are Shure headphones. And so these are professional grade headphones as well. Well, yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing. It's mainly for people that are starting out with YouTube. Maybe, for example, they originally were doing gaming, and while they may have decided to buy a nice Behringer Q1202 USB mixer secondhand, they are now realizing that they want to plug in their gaming headset and use the mixer as a loopback interface, which is what I do. But to do that means that now you have to deal with something that has 1 volt, 1.5 volt phantom power headset with condenser microphone to plug it into a device that has 48-volt phantom power with an XLR connector. That means you need an adapter for 2 different reasons. Now, actually, one, if you actually set it up right. Let me explain. If you are using a TRRS plug, okay, i.e., a 6.35 millimeter plug instead of an XLR plug, then I'm sure the company that makes this adapter makes one with a TRS plug on it, 6.35 millimeter to 1/8 inch, 3.5 millimeter as well. Okay? But everything here is XLR, so I never saw any reason to go there. Yeah, they do. But maybe that's what the person has, and they need to use it. I use a cheap gaming headset on the other computer, and as much as it may not be the most beautiful headphones in the world, they do the job. Okay? I can basically play my game, and you can hear me talking. But sooner or later, Michelle's going to want to change that. Ugh. I know. Remember, so not everybody starts out having the king's inheritance here. Some people start out with a little at a time. Yeah, well, all my microphones are XLR except for the webcam one over here. This webcam, which you saw me earlier on, this camera that's got the built-in microphone and the webcam. That's USB. Cameras that are USB is this one. That's USB. But this camera is NTSC. This camera is NTSC. This was European PAL. And I got 4 more PAL cameras to set up. I haven't figured out where I was going to set them up yet. They haven't talked about the cameras yet. Oh, please, give me another video or another day. Yeah, you don't need to talk about those right now. Yeah. No, Galaxy Eyes, we're actually going to get ready to wrap it up. I just came by to kind of give everybody something to wet the whistle for tomorrow, because tomorrow's a regular day. But don't forget, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock is the Silver Moon, the Rusty Contest. Make sure your contest entries, please, are in the competition area. And then we will go through those and check it out. Yep. So for now, let's get ready to wrap it up. You want to do a blessing? Sure. May all of you guys get a good night's sleep. Stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. That sounds good. And don't forget that we will be here tomorrow at 10 a.m. and, of course, 7 p.m. tomorrow night. Plus, we're going to be doing some other computer upgrades as well. May the upgrades go well. May you have a good day tomorrow. And may the weather be cooperative where you are. The service is over. Time to go. Peace, kind, loveness, and don't forget the party on, dude. And we'll see you all real soon, okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.
Michele and Maria Lumi, I will always be there for you. Michele, never stop believing in yourself. Go out there and show the world what you can do. Go kick some ass and have a good time doing it. I love both of you so much. I love how far you have come on YouTube.
In the samba's embrace, she finds her way. Twisting and turning, she won't let things sway. With love for the music and fire in her soul, she dances through life, her heart in control. She won't give up, she won't sit down. In her purple dress, she twirls